Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Off a Great Investor. This is Dolph. Today in this video, I'd like to talk about the Bitcoin a little bit. I first mentioned about the Bitcoin like on my first the video, and I wanted to kind of uh, dive a little bit deeper and talk about it. And a lot of you out there, if you're watching this video, please leave your comments. What do you think about the Bitcoin? You can just like short, make a short comments. Buy or sell it all, or whatever you think. I'll greatly appreciate that. This video is I created this, this channel to kind of share the information each other's, and share the thoughts on investing in stocks or bitcoins, So please leave your comments. I would really appreciate that. So let's talk about the Bitcoin. So for those of you who don't know where to, to trade the bitcoins, I personally use Robinhood to trade, the Bitcoin. And I know the Webull also offers the system to to trade a Bitcoin. I personally use Robinhood, but just to mention that like I'm not affiliated with any brokers like that I'm mentioning in this video. So do your research and see like which one is fits better for you. I use TD Ameritrade for the trading stock. But the TD Ameritrade don't have the access to the buying of Bitcoin. So what I do is there is one the company ticker symbol GBTC. It's called the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, and that's the only. And there are a few more the stocks in the TD Ameritrade that you can you can find that's like correlated with the Bitcoin price. But I kind of keep my eyes on the stock, the GBTC, and it is very highly like correlated with the Bitcoin price. And for example, like when the Bitcoin goes up like maybe 2-3%, this stock can go like even like 6-7% up. Yeah, so I thought that was very interesting. So I keeping my eyes on that. So let's talk about some some negative things out there, like in the internet. I know like this is a hot topic, like everybody talks about, like even on the YouTube and all that, everybody's like two sides of it, like somebody saying good things about it, somebody saying bad things. But let's talk about some the negative things because if you own the Bitcoin, you don't really care about all those good things going on. You always kind of like uh, like kind of draws your attention to like the negative things because that's the things that it will bring the Bitcoin price down. So what are the like first thing like people talk about? It's like Bitcoin has been criticized so much like by investors and personal collectors the Bitcoin, but the first thing is like illegal transaction. Yes, that's a big thing. So, like among the criminals and illegal transaction between the countries, being used, for money laundries. That's a kind of the things. Not to mention that the people, some people are using like the public, the electricities to mine, the cryptocurrency and all that. So, those are the kind of like negative things, that people think about the Bitcoin. So another thing is like price volatility. Yes, that's what everybody wants to talk about. It. Oh my goodness. Like so, just owning the Bitcoin is riding a roller coaster. So so you better hold it tight. Um, it can go up like to 5% like easily a day, or like and I've seen like lately going up like like 7%, 8%. But that means like in any day the Bitcoin price can go down like to 10% as well too. So you know to talk about like the Bitcoin price in 2017, as like it was like it went up like around what 20,000, yeah. And then what happened like in within the 2 months or so, the price went all the way down to 8,000. And I guess when everybody big panic, and then within a month, within a year or so, like the following the February of 2018, that's when the price went down, like tanked, the lowest, I would say, like up, down to like the $3,000 level. So I cannot possibly even imagine like people who are bought in like the 20,000 to 20,000 level, thinking this Bitcoin will go up, hoping. I mean, that's what everybody's hoping for. Somebody who bought at the that high, but you know it can go. It went down to all the way down to 3,000. But somebody who like invested in that time, been holding it all the way, to this day, I guess they probably made money, and or being at least like the evened out, because now, like, I think the last time I checked, it was yesterday. I think it went no, today, it went up all the way to 24,000. So at least they made the money back. That's a good thing. So from now on, it's like, so what is my trajectory? About the Bitcoin price, is I'm still bullish on Bitcoin. So people saying like, will it crash again? Very possible. It may go down to 3,000 again. Who knows? But this time is, I think, a little different, because of all this, the billionaire investors, like investing in it, the big institutions investing in it, all those hedge funds, they're pumping, the cryptocurrency, like I mentioned in all your videos. And the like the PayPal is investing in it. The Square, which is one of my favorite the stock to own. The Square, they purchased the Bitcoin, so they cannot just stop the Bitcoin going high up now. That's so there's a lot of the good catalysts out there, so to speak. So, and as you know, like the some economists, including several celebrity, investors, like a Warren Buffett. Like Warren Buffett is, he doesn't like Bitcoin. He thinks that like it is an absolute bubble. And there is, the funny instance, like I read, the articles, like a long time ago. I think it happened like the last year, sometime in the last year. There's the guy, a famous guy. His name is he's like the Bitcoin advocate, and he's like the billionaire. And the guy named Justin Sun, he's like the CEO of the Tron founder and the BitTorrent, the company. Like I think it is a Bitcoin company, and he held kind of charity, the dinner, like inviting all this, the important, the investors, and they had a dinner together, and he invited, the Warren Buffett as well, because the people, think the Warren Buffett is. I mean, he's a legendary, the investors, and he probably wanted to kind of convert, the Warren Buffett being an advocate of Bitcoin, because all this, the Bitcoin billionaires, they don't mind like spending the few $1 million to promote the Bitcoin price, because they will be making the $1 billion if the price goes up. So basically they were it is a charity the dinner, so they're making it this one the nice the occasion for charity, the foundation, and they gave out like $500, like the dinner, the served for all this the important peoples out there, and they invited the Warren Buffett as well, and they even gave Warren Buffett more than 40,000 worth of the Bitcoin, saying I guess it was around the Warren Buffett's the birthday. And so they were saying, "Hey, happy birthday, Warren Buffett! Here is Bitcoin, like $40,000 Bitcoin." And I think the Warren Buffett even the mention like the later the quote, like he said like, "Oh, I wish I was born later so that I can get some more Bitcoin." But I thought that was something funny to mention. Why I'm talking about that, because all this the billionaire investors and big the institutions, they're like investing in right now. So lot of hypes there out there. All this the YouTubers I watch. Like they're pumping the price up, and now I think even they're using the social influencers to pump the price of Bitcoin. Like I've read like a I don't know if I even care, but like the Paris Hilton owns the Bitcoin. Snoop Dogg's has a Bitcoin. Like Mike Tyson has Bitcoin now, and like I mean they'll be happy to see the prices go up. So there's a lot of hypes. So what I think it is, the at least for the few months, the Bitcoin price will still go up. That's what I think. And I wanted to kind of mention about the Bitcoin, the the person who created this Bitcoin, like the Satoshi Nakamoto. He stated in his white paper saying that the code. The root problem with the conventional currency is all the trust that's required to make it work. The central bank must be trusted not to debase the currency, but the history of fiat, the currency, is full of breaches of that trust. So what kind of impression I get from this the comment is that the Nakamoto himself is being kind of like the skeptical about the Bitcoin. So to speak, like basically in order for the Bitcoin to be used as a currency, the general public, the trust of Bitcoin needs to be there first. It needs to be presented first. So I truly think so. So where is this Bitcoins going? And uh, will the government the ban the Bitcoin the completely? I think in two years ago that was a kind of bad catalyst. That people think about. Oh, what if the governments totally ban the Bitcoin? That I think that catalyst is gone now. Is absolutely gone. Like maybe like in 5 or 10 years, maybe like the long further down the road, if the government thinks like, oh, this Bitcoin, it is dangerous, we're gonna ban it, then yeah, maybe that might happen, but not at this moment. Like when like all those the billionaire investors investing in it, they're highly like related to all the governments and all that, especially the big institution, like all the think about all this like the billions and billions of dollars like investing in it right now. So that's not going to happen like at the moment. Like that's what I'm saying. Maybe down the road that may happen. Just same as like the gold. Like it happened like what 1930 something when the Roosevelt was the president. Uh, they banned the holding the gold or any kind of transaction between the like the individuals. That has time like they're banning even the gold. So why not with the Bitcoin as well? So yeah, that can happen. In my opinion, yeah, that's a possible. Like maybe like in down the road, like 10 or 20 years later, if that's what happens. But then if you're asking me like, am I gonna like hold it for 10 years, 20 years? Who knows? Yeah, I don't even know like if I'm gonna hold it for that long. Or in this video, we talk about like I told you, I'm a swing trader, and I'm only gonna hold it if it goes to the 40,000 level or 50,000 level. I might just like take the like the half of what I invested in, and just like keep the other half to run. Or by then who cares if it goes like the little dip, or what, you'll still make money. So that's what my plan is. So now let's talk about some the good things the people will talk about. So first thing, generally they're talking about, the Bitcoin, if you own the Bitcoin, in the near future, this is when like when everybody kind of getting like using the Bitcoins, as a kind of like the credit card or something. It could generally make a lower interest, the transaction fee, like compared to other, digital payments method like a credit cards or PayPal cards, they normally charge like 2 to 3%, for like the digital payments, but, you know, if you use the Bitcoin, like you can really bring down those transaction fee. So, in the very near future, I can definitely see that is coming, and it makes the international transaction easier. In other words, like you don't have to, to carry that in your wallets, to carry around. I only saw once, that those like one of those Bitcoin, the ATM machine that the people can just draw the money, like if you do own Bitcoin, but I never used it myself. I just trade Bitcoin, like on the Robinhood. That's that's what I do so far. But if you ask me, so like, will the Bitcoin price will go up? Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, that's what I'm hoping for. With this, the momentum, I think it will. I'm hoping this will reach the the six figures. But if you ask me like when this is gonna happen, I don't know. I don't have that crystal ball like telling me exactly when this price is going to reach six figures. But I mean, that's what everybody's hoping for, sometime soon, so we'll see what happens. And what is my Bitcoin? Like I told you, I'm going to hold it for a little while at least. And if I can double my, the money, that'll be great. And if I make, at least like for 30% or even 40%, I'll probably just sell a little bit. And if it doubles, then that's when I'm gonna just cut it half and just let the other half run it. And that's it. That's it for this the video, guys. I really appreciate if you like leave some comments below, and share your opinions about the Bitcoin. That'll be nice. So everybody have a great weekend, and I'll see you next time.